All right, this is your introduction to today's lesson. Let's go ahead. You can follow along with this. We're going to start by opening up a standard IPT. We are going to add three tools to your, list of tools that you should know. They're all two-dimensional. And so we're just going to walk through the basics of those four tools, and then you can work on your assignment for the day. All right, these are two-dimensional tools, so we need to get into a sketch. And we're going to just randomly, maybe we'll use these four quadrants to draw these four things. First one is the circle tool. Down here, there are many ways to draw a circle. The easiest one to do is called a center point circle, which means that wherever you click is going to be the center of your circle. You can dimension a circle as you draw it. The value that you will enter is the diameter, which is the distance across the circle. So if this was a 0.3 inch diameter, there we go. You can see its dimensions, the distance across. And I could snap to like another, maybe they make that 0.2. Okay, we've got multiple circles we can draw. So circle is pretty easy. On the same wavelength here, let's go to arc. Again, there are many ways to draw an arc. 3-point arc is probably the most commonly used. What a 3-point arc does is it lets you select 3 points of the arc. So the first click is the starting point of the arc. The second click is the ending point of the arc. And the third click is the radius of the arc. We know that arcs are defined by their radius. So I could type in 0.375, and now I've got an arc. And if I drew, another arc here, you can draw all sorts of different arcs. Notice that they also include a center point. So arcs can be pretty handy to draw. Like they need to be dimensioned. Notice that if you don't type in a dimension, you can add one. So here, maybe I'll make that 0.25. Maybe I'll make that 0.3. Okay, so you always got to dimension arcs and circles. The next two tools are under the rectangle button. So let's click on this drop down. This is a really fast way. A 2-point rectangle is a fast way to draw a box, right? You can dimension it as you draw it. So I could draw 0.25 and then hit tab, and it will automatically dimension as you draw it. Now, if you don't dimension the rectangle, that's not a big deal, but we will have to go back and dimension it so that it's properly sized. There we go. The last tool that we'll use today is on the drop down for rectangle, but it's called slot. Look at all these different types of slots that we can draw. The most common is a center to center slot. If you think of what a slot is, it's two arcs on either end, and they're connected by a line. So I'm going to choose the center point of one arc and the center point of another. And look at that. Now I can choose the radius of the arc or of the slot. In this case, I'll dimension it to 0.2. So this, you can change the radius maybe to 0.25. You can also dimension the length of the slot, which would be its center to center distance. So like 0.5 would be that distance there. And really, if I made this 0, it would be a circle. I don't want that. But that's how we draw circles, arcs, rectangles, and slots. Check Google Classroom for the rest of your assignment for the day.